Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If we've not already met, then my name is Ash and I'm a mum of 2 kids from Glasgow in Scotland. My channel is all about that mum life, so I chat about the kids, baby updates, fashion, beauty, homeware, routines and all of that kind of stuff. So if those are the kind of videos that you like watching, then don't forget to hit subscribe and stick around for more in the future. In today's video I'm going to be giving you Charlie's 4-month update. Like, what the hell, how is he 4 months old already? So I think what we'll do first is chat about the most talked about subject, and that is sleep. It is probably one of the most asked questions with me when it comes to Charlie, and that is he a good sleeper? Now I don't know what you consider a good sleeper, because most babies are still up during the night at this stage. Even Ella was still up during the night at this stage at least once, but when he gets up, he knows what he wants. He's wanting fed, he's just hungry. So normally Charlie goes to sleep about 8 o'clock, and that's his time of night where he is the most settled, but he's still downstairs with us at that point, so he's normally just in his swing or just on a cushion on the couch. And he lies there and sleeps really quietly. He's in such a deep sleep at that stage of the night where I could literally be like running through the living room and stamping about and he would not wake up. He is out cold at that point of night. And then normally when we go to bed, I feed him, although sometimes he is just so like floppy and like just a dead weight when I take him up to bed that sometimes when I put him down in his cot I feel like it's a bit of a shame to disturb him. So sometimes if I do that and let him go to sleep and not wake him up after 8 o'clock for a feed, he'll get up at maybe about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, which isn't great, let's be honest, but that's normally when he'll get up. Otherwise, if I feed him before I actually go to sleep and wake him up before I put him down in his crib, then he'll go until like maybe 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. So I don't know, is that sleeping through? I probably would consider that it is, but considering I would then go back to sleep after that and then get up at 8 when Ella gets up, I think maybe he isn't sleeping through the night just yet, but he is still quite young, and for a breastfed baby I think that he's doing quite well just to get up the once during the night. Normally when people meet me they always say Charlie is always sleeping, and that is kind of the case. He's such a sleepy baby during the day, he sleeps for long periods of time, and although he is sleeping you can see that it could easily be unsettled at any point, like if the dog barks or the door goes or Ella shouts or screams or something like that. He is easily unsettled but will easily settle back down again equally. So yeah, he does sleep quite a lot during the day, and you would think that that would then be compensating what happens during the night, but it doesn't. He's just quite laid back, quite chilled, and overall does sleep quite well considering he is only 4 months old and he is being breastfed too. On that subject of breastfeeding, we are still going strong with the one boob. If you've not seen my update on why I'm only feeding on one side, then I will link it for you so you can go and watch it. But at the moment we are just feeding solely on the left side, and he seems to be doing fine. He is thriving and putting on lots of weight and giving me plenty of wet and dirty nappies, which is what we want. But we are going to be venturing into the wonderful world of weaning soon, which I cannot wait. I love this stage, seeing their reactions and all the funny faces that they pull depending on what you give them. So we are going to be weaning him at 4 months like we did with Ella. She's not a fussy eater whatsoever. She's really good at eating. She has her days, don't get me wrong, she has her moments, but overall she is pretty good when it comes to eating. So we are planning on doing exactly the same as what we did with Ella with Charlie. So we're going to wean him at 4 months. And that means that we are weaning really soon. So I'm going to start doing lots of videos on purees and baby led weaning and all that wonderful stuff really soon. So check that out and make sure you're subscribed for that coming in the future. In terms of feeding, he feeds when he wakes up in the morning. So like obviously when I say he gets up at like 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, he'll have a feed then. He'll then go back to sleep and then get up in another couple of hours for a little bit of a top up, as if that was just a starter. So he normally has another kind of top up feed about 8:30, 9 o'clock. And then he will go for a big long sleep right through until about lunchtime, and then have another feed maybe about 12, and then again it's maybe every sort of 3 or 4 hours up until 8 o'clock, so it's just another twice after then, and then basically until we go to bed and he wakes up again the next morning. So he's feeding maybe about 5 or 6 times a day, and he's not on for very long at all. Honestly, I'm surprised he's even getting anything, because he goes on for like maybe 5-10 minutes, absolutely tops 10 minutes, and that's him full. He seems quite happy. For any mums that have breastfed before, they'll know that you can feel when the milk's coming out. So I can feel the whole time he's feeding. It's as if I've got this like sort of, not burning sensation, but it's like a warm sensation going round like my shoulder and this kind of crook of my arm. So I know that he is getting loads of milk, and the fact he's giving me so many wet and dirty nappies and he's getting so big, obviously is telling that he is getting lots of milk and putting on weight, which is good, but he doesn't feed for very long at all. And I know people say that if it's your second baby, your breast milk is really sophisticated and it doesn't really need as much stimulation as what it's done in your first pregnancies or your first babies. So yeah, he doesn't feed for very long, which is really ideal for me. It really suits me that he's not on there for ages. But yeah, he's still being breastfed and he feeds maybe about 5 or 6 times a day. So in terms of putting on weight, I can really tell he is getting bigger. I've not had him weighed. I feel like the worst mum ever. It's like second baby syndrome where you don't get them weighed all the time, but I've just not got time to constantly go to the classes, and I know for a fact that he's putting weight on. I can tell by looking at him. I don't really need the numbers in my head or in the book to see that. I can just tell he is getting so chubby and all the baby rolls are coming in, and this is the fun, cute stage that they get to that I absolutely love. So he is now well and truly into 3 to 6 months clothes, which I know sounds a bit stupid having to actually point that out because he does fall within that category for his age, but in my experience clothes are always a lot bigger made than the baby's size at that time. And Ella was always on the other end of the scale, so she was 6 months before she was in 3 to 6 months, and she was 9 months before she was in 6 to 9 months, whereas Charlie is the complete opposite end of the scale. He is in 3 to 6 months when he was 3 months, and I think by the time he is 6 months he'll well be into 6 to 9 months, like he'll be well into them. And it's lovely that he's in that size of clothes because there's so much more choice. I know that boys' clothes, you don't have a lot of choice anyway in comparison to girls, but it is getting a lot easier to dress him in the morning and have a lot more selection in that size range, especially in places like NYX and Mamas and Papas, like Zara and H&M. In that size 3 to 6 months there is so much more choice, so it's getting so fun dressing him up in the morning. I know that sounds terrible, as if he's like a doll, but he basically is. I'm not even going to lie. He is also much more alert during the day when he is awake. I know that sounds really stupid, but sometimes before when he was awake and looking about, but you could tell he was still quite sleepy, whereas now he is taking in everything. He follows the dog around the living room, he watches things going past and follows them. He even like responds to my voice, so if he hears me talking to somebody or I'm next to him, he turns around and looks. So things like that, he is so much more alert than what he has been previously. And again, his mood is just so good. He's such a happy baby. Everyone always says he's got such smiley eyes. When he smiles, you can see his eyes kind of creasing at the sides, and it's just so gorgeous. He's also very happy and giggly. Like when you talk to him, he's so responsive that you can see him kind of like chatting back and babbling and all that kind of wonderful stuff that happens at this stage. It's really cute to watch him just interact with everyone, and everyone always says he is such a happy baby. Although I must admit he is not just as chilled out as what he was maybe last month. Sorry Charlie, just got to be honest here. There are times where he is really unsettled, but it always ends up being the same reason. He's got so much wind, like he gets so much wind. It's such a myth that breastfed babies don't get wind. He ends up with such a tight, sore stomach, and we've been using Inthicol and we've also been using gripe water as well, which have both been working out really well for us. It eventually gets him to get rid of all the wind that he has gathered, but yeah, until that point he is quite an upset and unhappy boy. And it usually falls around night time, which is quite typical of wind pains. They always tend to come up in the evening, which is fine because we'd rather that when we're at home and settled and Ella's in bed and I only really have to just think about him. Other than the wind pains, his mood is generally just really content and happy, and he's happy to just sit and watch everything going by, especially his big sister. So going on to that point, he is very sooky with Ella. I've said this before. He likes to sit in next to her and she puts her arm around him, and they normally sit and watch films, or they watch Peppa Pig, or they watch something on TV together, which is lovely to get them having a nice little bond together. Ella really likes to try and make him smile. She calls it happy face. So she goes up and tries to tickle his neck and stuff, and he just really loves it. He laps up all of the attention that he gets. It's a wonder he's not got a head this big, because all we do is tell him how handsome he is, and so does Ella. She just copies everything that we say to him. Also, I don't know if I actually did update you guys on this, but I spoke about how he had a really weepy eye in the early days, and it turned out it was actually an infection. I had to really press the doctors to take a swab of his eye. I was told by every health visitor, midwife, doctor, anyone who we came across that it was just blocked tear ducts, but I just knew myself that it wasn't right, and I took him to the doctors, basically almost demanded he had an eye swab taken, and when the results came back he had an eye infection for the best part of almost, what, 11 weeks at that point. So we've had antibiotics and he is now over it, thankfully, and his eyes are nice and clear and bright. But it just goes to show, always go with your gut instinct. I know you're supposed to listen to the professionals, but if you as a mum know yourself something isn't right, then always just keep going with your gut instinct and get it sorted until you're happy. Charlie has also been getting more baths now that he's getting a bit bigger and a bit more sweaty with the better weather. So we have been bathing him every second night with Ella, and she likes to help wash his hair and clean his legs and all that kind of lovely stuff. So he is in his bath still, his little baby bath, which we sit in the shower tray. His first initial reaction when he sits in the bath isn't great. He doesn't like it. He screams. He doesn't like the transition from warm cuddle with mum to into the bath water. He doesn't like it. Most babies are the same, but I think over time he will just get used to it, and as soon as he sees Ella trying to play with her toys and show off to him, then he's normally quite happy, so he settles quite quickly, but that initial sharp scream isn't pleasant. Charlie's got lots of favourites so far. So he loves his dummy. He really likes to have a dummy as a soother and a little comfort. It sends him to sleep. He also likes it if I dab a little bit of Inficol on it before I give it to him. That normally sends him right off. The dummies we've found to work best for us are the Nubie Uber Soothers, which are the cherry shaped ones, which is the complete opposite to what Ella liked. She liked the really flat ones of the Avent dummies. So yeah, he loves the Uber Soothers. I link them in the description box because I know a lot of you have had trouble trying to get your baby to take a dummy, but honestly, see, once they get the grip of it and they actually take it, it is a lifesaver when you're out in the shops and they're crying, when you're out and about and they're crying, when they're tired, all of those things. I am so pro dummy. If you can get them to take it, then go for it, because honestly it's not worth the hassle of them crying. I feel so sorry for mums that try to give their babies dummies and the babies just don't take it, because I know how helpful I found it. And also then getting Ella to come off her dummy, it really isn't as hard as what people say. So yeah, if you're struggling to get your baby to take a dummy, I would really recommend the Nubie dummies. The only thing I would say is there's some crazy designs on them which just aren't my cup of tea whatsoever. So we've got one plain one, I think, and the other one is just like baby blue and it's got a tiny little sheep on it, which again isn't my style, but he likes it, so that's fine. If it keeps him happy, then I'm all about that. Something else Charlie absolutely loves is having a blanket over his face, which I know is like, no, you don't put blankets over your baby's face, but you know the kind of comforter square toys that you get, and it's basically just like a little teddy's face or whatever, and then it's got a square of like fluffy material. He loves having that over his face, loves it. Ella was exactly the same. So we normally have a winning combination of bit of Inficol on the dummy, in the mouth, put the blanket over his face, and he'll be sleeping within about 2 seconds. If all of that fails, then I will go to my third part of that combination, which is his other favourite, and that is a white noise. So that can either be the Wisp Bear, the Humming Bear, You and the Dream Sheep, the app on my phone, a video on YouTube, the hairdryer, like the car window being down, or just me shushing him. There's so many things that you can do to make white noise, and he absolutely loves it. It sends him to sleep right away. Even during the night, we leave the hairdryer plugged in and we put it on cold so that it doesn't like burn the carpet, and if he wakes up or stirs, we literally just click it on, or Fraser does because it's next to him, clicks onto the first setting and he's sleeping again within about 2 seconds. We turn it back off again. It's as simple as that. Definitely the hairdryer is a must. Charlie also really loves his swing. We've been using that more and more. The only thing with the swings are the batteries run out so quickly. Like literally your swing could be 50 quid, but you're going to spend at least £100 in batteries. It's a pain. It's so annoying, but never mind. He really loves the swing. The music not so much, just the motion. He prefers to sit in the swing, even if it's not moving. He just likes to be able to sit up in the harness in the swing and watch what's going on, so we love using the swing. He also loves cuddles, as do they all. He loves skin to skin, and his favourite hold is the koala hold, so that's when they're lying on your arm, on their tummies, especially at night time when he's got all that wind trapped. It seems to be one of the ways that we can really help him to try and get rid of it, and he loves hanging on my arm like a little koala bear. But overall, he is just getting so big, so chubby and cheeky and cute and adorable. He is laughing away and being so cute. I just can't believe that he's getting so big now. I feel as if these months are flying in. They always say that happens when it's your second baby, but I didn't quite believe it until it actually happened to me. So yeah, I am trying to just cherish those tiny baby moments as much as I can while he is still this small. I've just been chatting all about you, handsome boy. I have. Given yourself a few good scratches in that sleep, haven't you? Forgot to say as well, he is so drooly just now, so I think we might have teeth coming soon. I hope you guys like this update video, and I will be doing lots of updates right up until he is a year, and then we'll see where we're taking it from there. But again, if you've not already subscribed to my channel, I would really love if you subscribe to stick around for more videos. Make sure you hit the bell on the side of the subscription button, because that will give you a notification whenever I upload a video. Give me a thumbs up and leave your comments below. I love chatting back to you guys, and make sure you follow me on all of my other social media on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of that lovely stuff as well. So thank you very much for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Bye!